Guys, Jay Chip here coming at you with a fresh video to start off this December month. We're going to recap what we threw out on Friday, I believe, the 28th. Look at this slip, guys. Beautiful correlation pair that ended up cashing for us. Tyrese Martin with Day'Ron Sharpe, the backup guard and the backup center for the Brooklyn Nets. So if this game was going to be a bit close, 12 points, not that close, just enough to not make the bench guys kind of get on the floor a bit more so that they could cash their overs here. And they didn't, so it's perfect. Less on assists, less on points. That correlates perfectly together, and it ended up soaring under. And then this Hartenstein play, I guess he didn't play in the game. We had him over 11.5 rebounds, assists. I was even skeptical for whatever reason on putting him in this slip in the last video. I'm like, okay, whatever, we're gonna round it out. This didn't even end up doing anything. Graded out because he didn't play, whatever. Usually in this case, instead of a 6x, we would get our traditional 3x for a two-man because it reverts down to the nearest payout. I believe that they just completely voided this slip, so we got the refund for our unit here. They completely voided this slip because Martin and Sharpe, I believe, are on the same team, because this should have just been a 3x for everybody that tailed. Unfortunately, because Hartenstein didn't play and these two were on the same team, even though they green, they did not cash out. On the upside, maybe not for the free watchers and everything, but for the VIP over the weekend, we hit a nuke for $3,700 here on Prizepicks using that same pair with Sharpe and Martin. I ended up putting this in a 6 flex. We had a huge weekend too. I posted it on my YouTube if you guys are curious about the slips that I hit. This is obviously on my other account. All my mains are getting bad now, so well, bad. They're kind of becoming like this one where it's just you could only post 5 a slip, where I could put more down. We're juicing them, and we even had a nice 5-man on underdog for $730 here. Again, correlation, Thomas and Lawrence. I keep preaching this. It's really important that you want to get these in for the 5 and 6 flexes. These correlation pairs are going to fill out your slip very nicely. So we hit that nice 5-man on UD. The little 3-man that we've been rocking on Prizepicks. Shador under rush yards just settled yesterday to cash us out. And then the monster near 4K hit using that pair that I gave out in the free videos here cashed. We had another correlation pair in the Atlanta game with Jalen and Onyeka. Huge weekend that just passed. I had like a 35 unit day in VIP, which is absolutely massive. So if you guys are betting, I'm betting 150 here. If you guys are betting 100 on each slip over the weekend that I posted in the Platinum section of the Discord, would have made $3,500 just over this weekend. I believe it was in one day that everything cashed. So just a huge weekend there. I had to shout that out very quickly just to show you that this pair didn't go to waste just in the free slip. It was so good I had to put it for my VIP also. With that being said, I know what you guys are here for. Don't worry, just quickly, if you guys want to test out the tools or take a look at the Platinum VIP part of the Discord. So all the links will be down below in the description or in the bio of the channel if you guys are curious about the betting tools and the Platinum VIP Discord. Now we can get into a fresh Monday slip. I'm just gonna see what they have here right away. Again, on the Sharp Money tool, we're comparing the Prizepicks lines to Sharp exchanges like Prizepicks, like Novig, and there is actually a tutorial video dropping on the Sharp Money tool part of the betting tools coming this week, I want to say. I'm going to get it out for you guys. So it's going to be similar to the optimizer one I made not too long ago. It's the pinned video on my channel. A lot of people have been asking how I use the Sharp Money tool. I do explain it in these daily videos, kind of why I'm taking picks. Obviously, the greens help. If they're green, they're usually a good play to take. I'll go more into depth on other reference books like Prizepicks. So we're going to go back to the Sharp Money tool here. So you can get more of that in the tutorial video dropping soon. Again, keep notifications, keep the bell on for the channel. So you guys not only get the notification for when that video drops, so that Prizepicks is super stingy when it comes to value like this that we keep taking off them. And they're just going to take the value off their board so nobody could play it. So I'm going to try again on my end, try to get it in as quick as possible. You guys have to do your part too and keep that bell on so you could play it also. With that being said, let's just jump into this Sharp Money tool right away. I see a play that I played before one of my VIP slips. I believe it was the first one of the day. I had Davion Mitchell assist over 6.5. Maybe they took him off in the time that I made that slip and I started recording. Look, he's back up now. I'm not going to complain about that. He's a plus 110 on his under on Prizepicks. So the sharp bettors are offering this line at an under at a plus line. The plus line means it's less likely to hit the higher the plus line goes. So they want to be on the over, right? The under's a plus line. The over is going to be a minus line, as we see here in our parlayers consensus odds, minus 133 across the market. Our favorite book is gonna be actually 3 books here: MGM, Fliff, and Fanatics, all minus 142 is over, and we're gonna get that in for our first play of the day on NBA. Here we go. He's still up. Beautiful. Check his alternate lines. Okay, so he has an alternate at 5.5 Goblin and the Demon at 7.5. We'll check his last 5 just to see. When he does clear it, he cashes it like crazy. So we'll see. Should be a tight game against the Clippers tonight, and they're at home. They just got back. I believe the Miami just get back somebody from injury. I'm forgetting if they picked someone up. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. It was Tyler Hero that just came back. So he's in the starting unit. Also, he's playing at the 2. So Davion's spot at the 1 is secured. He should be playmaking, a lot of opportunities to give it to scorers like Hero, like Powell, so on and so forth. So we're gonna rip Davion for the first play of the day. I'll have the optimizer up too, see if there's anything else we could get. It's been a bit dry. I know I'm recording a bit later today. I'm not a huge slate on either of the games. There's one football game that I'm not really seeing any value for. There's nothing too crazy that I'm seeing here. I'll scroll down a bit. No vig, nothing. There is a play actually I like on the optimizer that came back. It was bumped before it came back. Like I said, if they come back, Prizepicks sometimes does that. I'm gonna be all over it. So it's gonna be John Collins points and assists under 15.5. He's a minus 130 consensus odds favorite to hit, 53.71% chance. You see here, he's got 2 books, BetMGM and Fliff, that have his line set at 14.5. So we're already getting a good discrepancy from that line. And when he is offered at 15.5, like we have on Fanatics, he's a strong minus 140 to go under. So I'm just gonna see if they still have Collins up. They've been toying with this. I wanted to get it in earlier. They ended up ripping it from me. He is up here, 15.5K. So the Demon or the alternate lines are not that good. Just to see 3 out of his last 5, he's gone under this line. So 15.5 points and assists for John Collins because we get the good discrepancy from the optimizer. I like that. A lot of books are setting him at 14.5, and then we could bet his ceiling projection, meaning his highest projection, which is on Prizepicks at the moment, 15.5 for under, and we won't have to pay minus 140 for each pick. It's going to be a bit less. We are playing a 3-man, so it might be around minus 130. I'll dive more into the math of kind of the slip types and why I play certain slips that I do or certain slip structures that I do. We're not paying 140 for this break even to hit, so we should be okay there. And last pick to round this out. Again, I'm trying to get this in as quick as possible. Not too many value in other sports. It looks like it's just going to be a all NBA slip type of day. Maybe a last refresh just to see. You guys know what I'm liking though? This top play that I've been just going over here. I didn't really pay attention to it. This top play on Travion Henderson rush attempts under 15. So there is NFL value. Sorry, it's going to be for tonight's game, Monday Night Football. And you see here, huge play here on FanDuel that has him at 13.5. So we're actually, and DraftKings. So we're getting a 1.5 rush attempts discrepancy from this line on Travion Henderson here. And the rest of the books that have him at 14.5, they have juice pushing to his under 14.5, which is perfect. We got minus 120 juice on a push prop, which is huge. These are purple play, 55.55% chance to hit. He's not offered on underdog or pick 6. We could assume he's either discounted on there or his line's completely removed. And if we go on these exchanges here, we got plus 140 on ProfitX and plus 145 to his over on Novig. It's not that crazy. It's a big plus, don't get me wrong. It is a push prop, so you're expecting bigger push or bigger positive lines here, bigger plus lines on the exchanges because we're going to his over 15.5. Still, look, the sharp bettors are offering this line over 15.5 at plus 145, so they want to be on his under technically 15.5, which would be 15 or less. But we're going to play this in a slip, and we obviously want to green it. We want him to finish with 14 or less, which is good because we still have his line set here at 13.5 on both FanDuel and DraftKings. We're getting the discrepancy. We're getting a lot of other books that are more or less 50-50 at his 14.5 line. So there is still very good odds that he finishes with 14 or less rush attempts in this game. I'm going to go ahead and play him to finish off our slip. So we get Davion, 6.5 dimes over. We get John Collins, 15.5 points dimes under, and NFL to round off the slip if they would go. Terrible time to jam up now, thank you. And we're going to put in Travion under 15 rush attempts. That is disgusting. They bumped him down a whole rush attempt to 14. So we're out of luck there. We got to keep pushing. There's no luck there. We got to keep pushing on these tools for another play. They just ripped it off the tool as well, which is really unfortunate because I was liking that play. They didn't have it. So I'll see what else we could get in. Wait, I'm completely blanking now. I did have a play that I gave out. One of my plays a day here on Twitter and Discord. Pascal Siakam rebounds. He's still on the board. He's a minus. You guys could see why I put him as a play of the day. I think he was a green before. Anyway, he's a minus to go over on a push prop, which is huge. That's what we want. You see here, he's got a lot of books having his minus, like FanDuel, ESPN Bet, Caesars, minus to finish over the 7 line. So I'm going to see if he's still here, actually, because I would love to place. He's still on the board at 7 rebounds. If we check his alternate lines here, I go to 6.5 Goblin. That means Prizepicks thinks he's a favorite to go for 7 or more. And his nearest Demon is at 8.5, meaning Prizepicks thinks he's a favorite to go under 8 and to go for 8 or less. What's that range? It's 7 to 8, which is huge because we get a push prop. It's not like we're playing his over on a 7.5 where he has to hit 8 or it completely chalks. No, we get insurance at 7. That's why I like putting these push props when they have the juice on it, because we kind of get that insurance in case he does finish with 7, which he's really favorite to do just by the books telling us this. And yeah, we could just take his over here. Started for the Pacers, I believe, at the 4th spot. So just check his last 5 just to see. He's been killing it, absolutely crushing it. And his last game against Cleveland, actually, he totaled for 9 rebounds. So if the last 5 matters to you, then you're very excited about this pick. For me, of course, we're always dating it back to the tool. There's juice on a push prop that I love. And even Prizepicks giving away a bit of secret sauce here that he has the over 6.5 Goblin, you know, so he's favored to go for 7 or plus in their eyes. And his nearest Demon is at 8.5. So he's still going to finish, you know, in that 7 to 8 range, which is perfect because then we could just push, or in the best case, we green and he goes for 8 or more rebounds. So a little recap, we're going to go Davion, 6.5 dimes, over John Collins, 15.5 dimes, less, and we're going to go Siakam for over 7 rebounds. You could get this in for a 6x. We're going to run it as the 3-man. You guys are more than welcome to put more size down. I am limited on this account, so I'm going to have to stick with $5 for this one. We're going to try to get back in the winning column. Prizepicks ripped us off for that last slip a bit, so we're going to try to cash out for you guys on this one. I'll see you in the next one.